Well, it is official. Nicole and I will be inside of Epic Universe in 1 week from today. This is super exciting. Epic Universe is kind of soft opened, doing some previews. We're gonna talk about it. They are opening basically before May 22nd. You guys have a chance to visit Epic Universe literally starting next week. Either way, we have a few updates inside of Universal Studios we need to check out. We're gonna talk all about it. It's gonna be a very exciting day today. It is a windy one here today, so I apologize if you guys are hearing a lot of that. I mean, already I can see we still haven't quite gotten the construction finished here on the stores up front, but let's go get checked in real quick. It actually looks like we have more construction here. So Studio Suites is right over here behind kind of this right here. Some new walls have been put up. I'm still waiting for that sign to come down at some point and then potentially go to the other side so we could get confirmation that that is happening. Again, I know that's kind of the rumor. There's no guarantee that that is happening, but that is what a lot of people are kind of assuming. But yeah, still kind of the same here. You already know I'm gonna go ahead and check out the Brown Derby, see if there's any new merch. We'll find out if there's anything, otherwise we'll just keep on going on. Nothing really new going on in there. We did have Mardi Gras at 70% off, so pretty much any of the old Mardi Gras merch is available. Wow, I can feel the wind, holy cow. We have Simpsons doing a swap out right now. They are heading back, full crew by the way. Have we seen this before? Looks like we have the bride and Frankenstein over here with the chair. I feel like we've seen this chair float around, but I didn't know it was actually in the Five and Dime. So soon will we be able to see you. Looks like they are still prepping for Grad Bash here. We have some of the signage, have some of the trusses kind of wrapped up there. I believe that is coming up really soon, actually. Well, they have since removed all of the seating down here. There is no more seating down on this base floor in Battery Park, as you can see. Nothing, no couches, no chairs. I wonder if they just weren't being used, but more importantly, look at this. We are just a few days away from Sensational returning along with the Mega Movie Parade. And there is the water brought back up to level here. Again, we were down almost a few feet. Again, you could see kind of water levels along the wall there and the rocks. Looks like they have really kind of cut out a lot of the rocks over there. So I don't know what's the plan, but you can see all of these fountains and everything are starting to be kind of covered up again. And we will be seeing Sensational very, very soon again. I think there are some new menu items over at the trolley car. So we're gonna go check out that really quick. And then we're gonna talk a lot about what is going on over at Epic Universe. Also really quick inside of the film vault, I wanted to point out we do have some new things popping up here. We have Slimer and a lot of Ghostbusters merch coming in here. So you can see the pack, we have the containment, even a nice little outfit here. I don't want to pull the handles, but it looks like it's interactive. So I love that they did this here. A few small little details. It almost reminds you of like the Legacy store, just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit. It's giving Blumhouse, right? But anyway, yeah, this is more of the decorations for Grad Bash here. Our Coke kind of freestyle areas, or just kind of like, I'm gonna guess like DJs or something. We have a stage over there that I'm gonna assume, again, DJs or somebody will be up there. I've never attended Grad Bash, but I can only assume. Now this is where we were supposed to see some of the new food items. Let's go see what we got. So it looks like we have a seared ahi tuna. Let's see if we can get that better in focus for you guys. Up top we have an Asian beef satay and an orange chicken satay. Interesting, and I think everything else looks to be the same for boba tea. We have Chinatown chai, which I think is the same. I think it was, oh no, I think we had a sunset version. Interesting. All right, maybe we try one of these satays up here. There is our orange chicken. They had to make it fresh. There's a lot of people in front of me, or I guess I should say one big family in front of me. We're going to try this out and talk about what is going on over at Epic Universe and how you guys can potentially get in early. All right, let's try this thing out. I don't know what's on top of it. Oh, dropping stuff. Oh, fell apart. Guess you get two. So it definitely has a solid flavor, but it is a little chewy on the chicken. I don't know if it's overcooked, or it could be thigh meat. Sometimes I feel like thigh meat can be a little chewy, but they were kind of rushing it too. So I wonder if that kind of played a role in it, but I like the flavor. You get a little bit of like a citrusy kind of flavor from the orange chicken style. There's a little bit of heat in there too, which I was not expecting. Like I said, you get like a decent amount of chicken here too. So, all right, let's talk about Epic Universe on the tickets, previews, everything that's going on right now. So as of just, I think now, yesterday, they have announced that AP previews are available for Epic Universe. And at first I was like, okay, that's great, AP previews. However, there's a little bit more that if you weren't reading deeper, there's actually more availability than just AP holders. So we'll talk a little bit about that here. But we did score some tickets for the previews for next week, which is Thursday and then Saturday. And we are also staying at the Helios Grand Hotel. So we are giving you guys the full package nice and early here, which is going to be really cool. We weren't planning on being there until May, in all honesty. I kind of thought previews weren't going to happen. Then I was like, I think they might now that they did media. And yeah, so we have a lot in store at this point. Now, before we talk too much about it, I do want to ask, whatever you guys are looking for, let me know in the comments below what kind of content you guys want to see, especially like early on. Obviously, we kind of already have things that we plan on doing, but if you're looking for very specific things at the park, let us know in the comments. It'll help us kind of gauge where everybody's interest is at and what they're looking forward to inside of the park, what they want to see. Like I said, we have a lot already planned, but just kind of tell us what you guys are looking forward to and kind of, like I said, what you guys are going to be looking to look up when it does come time to do some research on Epic Universe. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't want to be spoiled with things, so I understand if you guys are not interested in watching those videos of Epic Universe. I know you kind of like to be hyped, but sometimes then you put a pause on it until you visit. That is totally okay. Don't feel forced to watch anybody's videos online. You don't have to watch mine. You don't have to watch anybody's. If you guys are interested in seeing the content, obviously we'd love to have you guys check the videos out. But I totally understand. It's just like HHN. Sometimes you want to see everything leading up. Then you want to wait till after you go before you watch some of the content. So I totally get it. But again, we will have some Epic Universe content coming out next week. And yeah, we are looking really forward to it. I don't know. It's like part of me is like thinking it's almost fake. I'm like, I don't feel like we are actually going to be there next week, but we are, and we have our tickets. I mean, everything is ready to go. Now let's kind of break it down. I'm going to eat a little bit more here, and then we'll talk a little bit about kind of the pricing, because yes, you do have to pay for the previews, kind of who is able to go, and kind of what to expect here for these previews that we are going to have for a few weeks. Let's go find a spot that isn't so windy that we could talk a little bit about who is able to come to these previews really quick. So let me go find a spot because it is way too windy over here. Now, if you guys are looking to pick up one of these preview tickets, this is how you get that. So pass holders are kind of the first given. If you are a pass holder, you can actually get a preview to Epic Universe. Also, if you are a hotel guest during this time period, you can actually go ahead and book a day at Epic Universe, which is pretty cool. Was not expecting that. Also, military freedom ticket holders for 2025, it has to be active. You also can go ahead and pick up a preview of Epic Universe as well. The final one would be the Visa signature card holders for the Universal credit card. So those are the 4 options that you have to visit Epic Universe right now during this kind of soft opening preview timeline. So pretty cool. If you guys are any of those, you have availability to pick them up. I am kind of feeling like there is a chance that about the 2 weeks leading up to the opening day, we might get soft openings and they might sell some tickets for that. Because Helios is open now. Well, it will be open next week, so that doesn't need to wait. The park is pretty much going to be functioning up until the opening on May 22nd. And then these previews end like about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I believe, before opening day. So that makes me think they might do a little like stint of like a soft opening with maybe a little bit more of a limited capacity. So the park won't officially be open until May 22nd, but you can go into the park, you know, right now during this window if you're one of those 4 kind of holders of some sort. Or again, I would keep an eye out. I don't know. I am just totally guessing. But part of me feels like that last 2 weeks or so before the actual park does open, why there wouldn't be any previews at all wouldn't totally make sense. So I do think we will get kind of like a soft opening at that point, but I'm not sure. But do keep an eye out. Again, we'll let you guys know. I kind of released some of this information already on my Instagram the other day when it did pop up. And now obviously I'm making a YouTube video about it. So if you guys are interested, like I always say, you can follow me on Instagram. I typically release more information there immediately, and then we make content on it, kind of do longer form over here on YouTube. But again, that is just more information for you guys of how that works. So if you guys are one of those 4, you guys can go ahead and pick up some preview tickets for the next few weeks, which is pretty stinking cool. And as of right now, I think the only date sold out is May 3rd. So yeah, that's the only thing. Even the first day, April 17th, still has availability. We still have a few more things to talk about, but as I'm walking about, I do want to point out nothing here for the Tribute store. Again, I am assuming something here will pop up in the next month or two. I think we're going to get some sort of summer Tribute store. Again, a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Jaws themed. Don't know, but that's kind of the rumor right now. We'll keep an eye out for it. Are these new? These like fences or just this little row of fences? I don't ever recall seeing this, and I think it might be new. I mean, it looks pretty clean. Yeah, I think this little fence right here is new. I also like how they are just like putting like planters up here now to kind of decorate these trusses that are around. As you can see here, it's just like, we'll put some planters on it, you know, kind of liven it up until Grad Bash or whatever. So, you know, I give them credit, make them look a little nicer. Don't forget, I believe Rip Ride is closing in September of this year, so we have a few more months left of it. And then we are making way for a new attraction to replace it. And again, it's kind of a love-hate thing. You know, love the ride in some capacity, but I hate how much it bangs my head up. So it's kind of a bitter goodbye at some point, but that's okay. I'm hoping whatever they end up putting in its place, it will be just as good. Again, I am thinking we are getting some sort of drift style coaster that they are doing over in Hollywood, where we are doing like Ghostbusters. And I think we're gonna be on like the Ecto 1, and I think we're gonna have something like that. I think that would be super cool. Again, that's just a total prediction at this point, but it would be super, super cool if that happened. Let's talk a little bit more about what to expect for these previews. Now, they do state in the tickets that this is still rehearsals, things might not be up, and don't expect the park to necessarily be operating at 100%. We have seen that over the team member previews. A lot of team members have talked about a lot of rides not being up and running, especially earlier on. I do think we are at a point that things should be a lot more functional. I know that Battle at the Ministry is now functioning correctly, at least from what I've been hearing. So I think now everything is running, which is a good sign. But you have to keep that in mind. You are paying to preview the park during a rehearsal period, so there's no guarantee that everything will be up and running. I mean, I guess technically there's a chance that nothing is running. Obviously, those odds have to be really low. But just keep that in mind if you guys are picking up a preview ticket. That is the case. Now, I keep saying ticket, preview ticket, preview ticket. It's not just previews. Let's talk a little bit about the money now when it comes to some of these tickets. So the pricing on these tickets, unfortunately, would be about $120 to $140 depending on when you want to go. I think our tickets for the 17th were about $144 if I'm not mistaken. Now the time frame, you do get pretty much a full day at the park. I am seeing that the park opens up at 11 a.m., closes at 9 p.m. Pretty much every day that I was looking, that could change, but from what I was seeing inside of the app, it does show you like the time frame, and it was 11 to 9. So you get about 10 hours at the park, which is pretty nice. I don't know if they're gonna be doing any of the fireworks or nighttime shows. I don't know if they did that yet, so we gotta keep an eye on that for now. But from what I'm kind of seeing, you're getting a full day. I mean, it's gonna be like a full experience. There's a few other small details I wanna talk about. Again, I have everything on my phone. You guys can also see this at the FAQ section under the website, so if you guys are kind of curious on what to expect, they kind of answer pretty much everything that you're looking for. If you have tickets for Epic Universe, they actually can swap them over to a preview ticket, so you guys can call in. They said just call in, and they can swap you over. So if you're like, wow, I was going, the 28th of May, I would rather go April. They can do that. They can transfer them over. They said inside the FAQ, just call them up. They'll get everything transferred for you. So that's kind of nice that you don't have to buy an additional ticket. Say you're only going for one day and you want to go earlier. Again, I would keep that in mind that, again, because I just stated we don't know if we're getting all of the entertainment, like the nighttime entertainment. I don't know how like official everything is. So I would say going after the 22nd will be a lot more kind of secure for being able to do everything. Because the other thing is too, they talk about the dining reservations at Blue Dragon and Atlantic, which are their two sit-down restaurants that you have to make reservations for. Those have no kind of like window right now. They said that the reservations will be announced at a later date. So I don't know if that's going to be available during this preview window or if that's still something that you're going to have to wait until opening day to experience. So just keep that in mind. There might be some things that you won't be able to do if you were to then wait for opening day. So again, previews, maybe not everything. I don't know yet. But then again, after opening day, you would have access to everything. Finally, the last thing I want to talk about here about the FAQs would be kind of what I was talking about earlier, which was pertaining to the kind of window there. So I'm seeing here May 9th to May 21st. And so they said additional details on the preview period from May 9th to May 21st will be available soon. That's why I'm thinking we might get some sort of preview pertaining to pretty much everybody. So it might be kind of a soft opening situation there. So I got to turn this down as we are walking out into the sun. But yeah, so keep an eye out. If you guys are not any of those 4 mentioned things from earlier that I was talking about, there is a chance that you might have some preview opportunities come May 9th through the 21st. I do think there might be a soft opening. I feel like they wouldn't talk about those previews and be like, more information will come soon if they didn't have some plan for it. And I also think that, you know, they're not going to close the park down for 2 weeks at this point before the opening. That just doesn't make any sense. So we'll see what ends up happening with it, but that would be my guess. Don't feel like you have no hope if you guys aren't, you know, one of those 4 options. There is still a chance that you could get in before opening day if you even care about it. And that would be, again, I think right around May 9th to May 21st. We'll start to see some information pop up, obviously, before then, but that would be kind of your time frame in that window that you might be able to go into the park before it is open. Surprisingly, we still have a little bit to talk about. Not too much about the Epic Universe previews, but we have a new park to talk about and a few other small little details. I do want to head over to the Super Mario stores, see how that is coming along. When I walked in, it did look like we are getting very close to that being finished. I do want to see if the Epic Universe Center has brought any new merch in. I have been seeing a lot of ET merch show up, or at least people are starting to buy it a lot more now. ET getting some love, and that might pertain to what we're about to talk about here. I love that face. These are so cute. Now the reason why I say that might be relevant with ET over there is we are getting the brand new park over in the UK for Great Britain. They have confirmed everything. We know that it is opening in 2031. So get your passports ready. You guys have a few years. They are starting construction on it next year, 2026. We will keep you guys updated on the progress of that for any of you guys that are interested in it. I know we do have a few fans over the sea, and you guys are looking forward to that. So we'll try and keep you guys kind of as updated as we can, obviously without having ourselves there. It is a little bit harder, but we'll see what we can do. I don't know, maybe in 2031, you guys will see us hanging out over at the Great Britain Universal Studios. But yeah, they came out with kind of the concept rendering of what the park is going to kind of look like and kind of the lands around. A lot of people are predicting you guys are getting like a Back to the Future land. I could see like kind of some traditional old films. I could see like maybe E.T. I don't know, it'll be cool. A lot of people are making some crazy predictions right now. We know nothing about it, but we do see there's a few coasters in there, some like dark ride areas, some kind of kids areas it looks like. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of just another thing where it's like, it's so hard to keep up with Universal right now. We have announcements left and right. We have new things coming. We have Epic Universe on the horizon. We have previews now for Epic Universe. It's like, it just doesn't stop. It's crazy, but it's awesome. And yeah, so that park is coming in 2031. Anybody that is overseas, I am very jealous. Hopefully we can make it over there. It is a little bit more of a hike to, you know, plan a trip over there, but you know, we're gonna do our best to get out that way at some point. So yeah, next park for Universal Studios that has been announced will be over in the UK. So fun stuff. Well, let's go check out the preview center really quick here. Again, I don't think there's gonna be any new merch, but at least we'll take a look. Well, we still have these, by the way. You shake them, they go, oh, his little thing fell out. This one doesn't work right now. But if you guys are looking for How to Train Your Dragon, this was here before, but we didn't test it. I think the plushes and everything look to be pretty much the same. That's my shirt I'm wearing right now. I am so excited to spend a bad amount of money at Epic Universe on merchandise. I am very worried for my credit card, to be honest with you, but yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy. But we are going to be here in 1 week. Oh man, I just got chills again. Just like looking at it and like, I don't know, I just feel like speechless. It is going to be insane. 1 week from today, we are going to be right here, all over. And then on Friday, we're gonna be right there inside of that hotel. And then Saturday, we're going to walk out of that hotel into the park and have an entire day at Epic Universe again on Saturday. Holy cow, that's real. And it's like, I don't know, I mean, I know I'm talking about it, but it's just like, it's clicking more and more. Now that it's like, that's gonna be us inside of that park. Super excited for it. I can't even tell you how many times we're driving around and Nicole goes, should we drive by Epic Universe? Every single time we get in the car, she's like, should we just go drive by it? Should we just drive by it? Should we just drive by it? And Now we get to drive to it, and we get to experience it. 1 week. That's crazy. I do see a few small pieces of merchandise over here for the Ministry of Magic, so you guys might be interested in some of this. We have seen a few of these things, but now we have kind of these green pieces down here that we have not seen yet before. I think we've seen this purple one and kind of the long sleeve over there, but it looks like we do have now a few more things popping up here at the preview center. Oh, that does actually circulate, so that's kind of nice. It is about to be a wild ride here in the next week, which I'm really excited about. Also, like, thank you to everybody that was like, you know, are you going to media? Like, hopefully you're there. Like, can't wait to see everything. And it was, no, we didn't get media for Epic Universe. And, you know, it doesn't really bother me. I just love making theme park content, guys. So, you know, it doesn't matter if I'm at a media event or I'm not. If people want to invite me out and they want to, you know, have us kind of cover things, we always appreciate it. You know, we've done a few media events, and you know, we always really appreciate any of those companies that work with us that way. And yeah, I mean, it would be awesome to do so. But at the end of the day, like, we just love covering the theme parks. We love covering Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Busch, any small fun spot, any experiences. We love to just cover it. We love making content for it. So we appreciate all of the love. And you know, we got a ton of messages asking about that. And no, but we are going now next week, so that'll be still pretty cool. You guys are going to be able to see our experience and get to kind of tag along with us there. So yeah, we'll be there very soon and have our Epic Universe content coming. It's weird because I had other things I wanted to do before we went into Epic, so I feel like I'm on like a time crunch to get all of that out ahead of time. But yeah, it's like, it's weird now, but we got a lot of stuff to do in 7 days. So we're gonna have to really be cranking some stuff out here for you guys before we go in, because I still wanted to do each of the worlds, kind of what we're most anticipating and everything like that. But it's like, we gotta release a lot of content before we go next week. But it's gonna be fun, and I'm really excited for you guys to kind of tag along with us during this journey and to kind of hear our thoughts. And we'll definitely probably make like a video after the case, kind of like a spoiler-free thoughts on it, because I know some people are interested in like what we think, but they don't want to be spoiled by stuff. So we'll do that afterwards as well, just so you guys have, you know, kind of our thoughts and what we think about everything, without necessarily giving away everything. Because again, I totally respect any of you that don't want to watch any of our in-park Epic Universe content. Totally 1000% understand it, because I feel the same way right now. I'm not watching any of my friends that make content. I've been avoiding everything on social media. My social media went from like, you know, if it was at 100% normally, it's down to like a 5 to 10% right now, because I'm trying to avoid every spoiler. And I thought I was gonna have to do that for like over a month. But no, now after I go next week, I can start to watch all my friends' content and you know, start to actually browse social media again. So that's gonna be really fun to actually just like be able to engage a little bit more. So yeah, all right, really quickly, I do want to go look at the Super Mario store, and then we're going to get out of here. But I don't know, I'm getting giddy again. I'm getting like that euphoric feeling again, that we are this close now to walking into Epic Universe. And then like the Helios stay, like I'm weirdly looking really forward to that. We did have a stay in June that we're going to have as well. But now that we know we're going next week too, and we're going to be walking out into the park, and like, I don't know, it's euphoric in a weird sort of way. And I know some people are like, it's a theme park, relax. I get it. And you have your own opinions. I have my own opinions, but you know, we've been following this for years now at this point, since literally we had dirt on the ground. I was going over into like the areas around there just to try and get close to it before anything was vertical at all. And now here we are, just like, I don't know, a week away. Well, it looks like the stairs are cut off here, so we could take the elevator, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit of what's happening right here. So it looks like they added some texture to these blocks up there. As you can see, there's kind of some lines that are separating stuff. And then over here, we still have the big yellow blocks here that we are going to assume have either question mark, star, or maybe they don't have anything in it, but I'm gonna guess they will. It looks like they are doing some additional lighting fixtures up top. That looks new and clean, especially kind of the floodlights up there. That is us. Hello, us. I don't know if they're going to keep, it looks like they have kind of a temporary like black kind of like screen that they're putting here. So you should be able to see in. I don't think we're gonna have anything covering. It's kind of just like that peel away stick. So I think that'll ultimately come off when they open up the store. Kind of moving. It does look like that one's a little off. Can you guys see what I'm talking about up there? Like right there. It looks like the right one is a little too high. so they might need to bump that down just a little bit from what I am seeing. But everything else looks very clean. Well, that is it for our talks of Epic Universe and all the previews coming. And again, hopefully we see some of you guys around the parks. I know some of you guys said you guys are going either the 17th, 19th. I know some of you guys have different days. So it's really exciting to know that people are going to be existing inside of the parks, and we kind of get to go in before you have the full flood of crowds that will be hitting for the summer and the future of Epic Universe, which I think is going to be awesome. Also, a huge thank you to everybody that was giving us such kind words, to Nicole and kind of the struggles that she's been going through right now. She is definitely doing better. It's kind of coming in waves, it's up, it's down, but she is doing a lot better. But again, I mean, it's still so fresh and everything is still so new, but you know, she is kind of taking it day by day, but she is pushing through, and really just like crazy how strong her perseverance is to like just keep going and pushing herself. So again, really appreciate all of the kind words that you guys did give us. But again, if you guys did have fun with me here over at Universal Studios, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here today, and thank you guys so much for being here.